Good evening from Peru. How are you today? Thank you for accepting the invitation for my program in knowing more about.
Of course, thank you.
First of all, it's important to mention this. How did you decide to pursue an acting career? Tell us about that.
First, I wanted to be a firefighter. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life or my career, but my brother was a firefighter. I have a lot of police officers in my family, and I thought maybe I should try that. But I did what's called a ride-along, which is where they allow a citizen to just join the police department for one night, and I realized that's not what I wanted. So one night I was out with some friends at a bar, and a lady tapped me on the shoulder and she said, I think you should audition for this reality TV show. And I said, no, I'm not an actor. That's not what I want to do. But she said, no, please, you should try this.
In what reality?
I don't remember what it's called, but it was for MTV. I ended up getting the job, and it was just for 2 weeks. But while I was there, I realized that the production company works as a team. It was that day that I realized I like this. I like that everyone works together, and I went home and I made the decision that I'm going to try acting.
And did your parents agree with this? I mentioned this because in Peru, parents don't like her son or her daughter follow this way in acting. So in USA it's different because years ago the mind of parents was so different.
You're right. My parents were like, I don't think you should do this. I think you should find a real job. But luckily my dad, he said, you know what, try it. Let's see what happens. And he had done sort of acting. He had done some commercials. And so he connected me with an old agent that was a friend of his. And from there I started with commercials. And I got very lucky. After that I decided I'm gonna move to Los Angeles. And when I got to Los Angeles, I realized it was not easy. There were a lot of actors here. Everybody who was acting had been taking a lot of classes, or they went to universities to study acting. So I took a long break. I decided, maybe I should do something else. I did some business separately, and I tried to do that for a while. But I kept feeling like I wanted to be an actor. I kept having a desire to pursue my dream. And so I started taking classes.
Tell us about your experience working in series and in movies, and tell us the difference.
Once I started working, my first movie was The Perfect Wedding. And I had never really taken classes. I took in a few classes, more like workshops, which are 2 weeks, maybe a weekend, and that's it. I had never done a series of classes that really teach you about scenes, characters, how to develop yourself as an actor. I think what got me that job was more my personality, and that I was very similar to the character in some ways that the director liked. So my process for that was just trying to digest the dialogue and understand what is the character going through, what does he want. And I don't think I did a good job personally, because I think I've gotten better as the years go on. But the process seems to have developed into who am I and who is the character. And if I can find the middle ground between the two of them, I believe that the performance would be very well accepted from an audience. There's really no major difference to me from acting in a movie and acting in TV, except that I find TV, they move fast, so that the TV shows have a faster pace.
So you were comfortable in every project you had, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And to be more specific, in the series, Selena, the series, because it's the last series people from Peru watch you. And how do you feel working there? Because Selena, the series, tell about the real life about a singer. So a lot of people love Selena. And this series have to give us a good expectation from the beginning until the final chapter. So how do you feel to work in that series? And where were you when you received the call and production told you, hey, you will be part in this series?
I was in Miami when I started to audition. I just remember that the dialogue said I'm playing Jose Bejar, who was a real person, who found Selena. I got a sense of him having an appreciation for the arts, but very focused on business. So I just tried to be as professional as possible, but also having a sense of understanding a lot of music, even though I don't know anything about music. But of course I was very excited, and I talked to my wife about it. We were filming very close to Tijuana in a place called Rosarito, the beaches of Rosarito. And so for me, it was a vacation at the same time, getting to visit a different country and also to work there was just magical.
Yes, I imagine you were excited. Obviously, every person wanna work in different projects. Are you working in a new project, maybe Netflix or in other platforms? Tell us about your future projects, please.
Sure. So I just finished a show called NCIS Los Angeles. I played a CIA character, and I had been growing out my beard for that role. Now I am potentially going to be hired for another show on Netflix, but I can't say anything yet because I don't know the details yet. But I know that I also have to have a beard. I would be playing a detective if it works out.
That's great. Well, I understand you can't tell us a detail this new project. However, we are waiting for see you on Netflix. We have to pass in the next section in this interview. This is to put more entertainment in this program. So in quick question, tell me, do you prefer dance or sing?
I'm learning to dance and I'm learning to sing. So I started learning a little bit of salsa, merengue. My mother likes it. She says I can hold a note, but I think she's just being nice.
Do you prefer junk food or healthy food? Because actors prefer to healthy food, I think so, because, well, keep a good image in social media.
Yeah, I do. I love healthy food. And now I just love to eat salads, fruits, vegetables, just healthier foods. I think that my palate has changed. If I have to eat junk food, I do like pizza very much. I love French fries.
Oh my God. So delicious. The hamburger in USA, the hamburger is big.
Yeah.
There in Peru is this. In USA is this. I have to open my mouth. But it's so delicious. Junk food is delicious in USA. What are you doing in your free time? Any activity?
I exercise a lot and I like to work with wood. I'm like a carpenter, carpintero. And so I like to build my own furniture.
Next, so you have, well, you told me you don't have children, but maybe you have a cat or dog.
I prefer dogs because I'm allergic to cats. So I never had the relationship with a cat that I wish I could have, because I have friends that have cats and they love cats.
But it's impossible because you are allergic.
Yeah, and so dogs, I have Chihuahuas, one sleeping here.
I think it's dangerous to have a little dog. Maybe you and that dog died. So it's dangerous or not? You take care.
Well, we take good care of them, and I mean sometimes when we're walking the dogs and we have the leash, you know, we're walking them. I'll be walking and I'll kick them by accident, but I think they're used to it, so they're always looking around to make sure like no one's gonna hit me. And then they move very fast.
Complete the sentences. When I am drunk, I am
having a great time.
I start to cry when
I think of sad things.
I'm funny because
my brother makes me laugh, so I want to be like him.
And the last one. The worst place to shoot a movie is
in a train.
Thank you so much again to accept this invitation. I'm so happy you are here in front of me by cameras. So let me take us a photo of us, right?
Sure.
Don't move. Please don't move. 3, 2, 1.